So for our last problem, we are given a graph, and this problem is testing a couple of things. Number one, it's making sure that you understand how to interpret the information that's listed on a graph like this. Can you read the graph? And then number two, we're asked to find an average. So we're testing to make sure that you know how to take an average if you have a series of numbers, okay? So first of all, let's make sure that we can read the graph. The graph, it tells us, is a graph of monthly new car sales for a 5-month period, okay? So if we look at each month, beginning with January, let's see how many cars were sold each of those months. Well, in January, we look at our graph and we see that we have a point right here, right, that is on the line that is directly between the 0 and the 100 over here on our vertical axis. Our vertical axis, it says, represents the number of cars sold, okay? So if we're on the line that's directly between 0 and 100, then that tells us we sold 50 cars for the month of January. Now, where did I get that? That's from my horizontal axis, right down at the bottom, tells us that that represents the months. And so that particular point is right above January. So in January, we sold 50 cars, right? What about February? Well, in February, that the dot on above February is directly between 100 and 200. So that means we sold 150 cars in February. In March, March is nice because it's right on the line that represents 100. So we sold 100 cars in March. April, we sold 350 since it's on the line in between 300 and 400 up here. And then finally in May, we sold 100 just like we did in March. Okay, so there are our 5 numbers representing our monthly car sales for January through May. Now we're asked to find the average monthly new car sales. So we've got to take an average of these 5 numbers. Well, how do you take an average? For an average, you take all of the numbers, add them together, and you then divide that value by the number of numbers that there were, so the number of values that there were. So we have 5 numbers altogether, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how many numbers we have. 5 months are represented. So we're going to add all of those together. And then we're going to take those 5 numbers and we're going to divide them by 5, since there are 5 numbers. That's how we find the average. So 50 plus 150 is 200. 200 plus 100 is 300. 300 plus 350 is 650. And then 650 plus 100 is 750. And then we're going to take 750 and we're going to divide that by 5. You're welcome to use a calculator for that. Or if you're quick enough to do it in your head, you maybe see that that means our average monthly car sales is going to be 150. And that's it. We're done. So 10 problems that I want you to make sure that you understand to the best of your ability before the first day of class. Like I said, there will be some review of this information in class, but do what's necessary to make sure that you understand these problems. If you need to do some additional research online, go to Khan Academy and look up these type of problems and work some other examples, or feel free to reach out to me if you have questions. All right. I will see you guys, Lord willing, on the first day of class.